Hello guys, my name is Umar Education Wala and today I am going to talk with CallAnnie on the topics of retracing the rules of apology.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi Maya,
Hi, what's on your mind today?
today I am going to ask some questions on the topics of retracing the rules of apology.
That sounds heavy. Do you want to talk about it?
Yes,
I'm listening. Go ahead and tell me what's been going on.
what does the word sorry truly mean in daily life?
Mm-hmm. I'm a bit confused. Are you talking about someone in your life who's both mean and nice, or something else?
What does the word sorry truly mean in daily life?
In daily life, sorry is kind of a Swiss Army knife. Sometimes it's a genuine apology because you actually feel bad for hurting someone, but other times it's just a social lubricant, like when you bump into someone at the store or want to interrupt a conversation. It can even be a way of showing empathy, like saying, I'm sorry for your loss, where you aren't apologizing for doing something wrong, but just acknowledging someone else's pain. Do you feel like people use it more as a tool for politeness or as a real expression of regret?
I think they use it for apology.
Fair enough. Do you think most people are actually sincere when they say it, or are they just saying it to move past the awkwardness?
Why do people apologize uh, even when they are not completely wrong?
I'm not sure I follow. What do you mean by North Country? Are you talking about people from a specific place or are still processing things?
Maya, I was asking that why do people apologize when they are not completely wrong?
Honestly, a lot of times it's just about keeping the peace. Some people would rather apologize, even if they aren't fully at fault, than deal with a long argument or a tense vibe. It's less about being wrong and more about valuing the relationship over being right. Do you find that happening a lot in your own life where you feel pressured to apologize just to end a conflict?
How has the meaning of apology changed over time?
I think it's shifted toward being more of a social tool. In the past, an apology was usually a formal admission of guilt. Now it's often used as a way to acknowledge someone's feelings without necessarily admitting you did something wrong. It's almost like saying, I'm sorry you're upset, rather than, I'm sorry I did this. Do you think that makes apologies feel less honest or just more flexible?
I think apology feels honesty.
That's a bold way to live. And it sounds like you prioritize truth over just making things feel smooth. Do you feel like that makes your relationships more honest, or does it sometimes create more friction with people?
I think it makes honesty between relationships and friendships.
That makes sense. It probably creates a stronger bond when you know the other person isn't just saying what you want to hear. Do you find it's hard to find people who appreciate that kind of directness?
Why do some people find it difficult to apologize?
For a lot of people, apologizing feels like losing. And it's an ego thing. Admitting they messed up can feel like they're admitting they're bad or weak rather than just acknowledging a mistake. There's also that fear of vulnerability. Once you apologize, you're basically handing the other person the power to either forgive you or hold it over your head. Do you think it's more about pride or just a fear of how the other person will react?
How do different cultures express apologies?
Let me look into that. It varies a lot in places like the US or Germany. Apologies tend to be pretty direct. It's usually about admitting a mistake and taking responsibility. But In collectivist cultures like in Japan, apologies are often more about restoring harmony and easing stress between people rather than just assigning blame. People there might even apologize for things they weren't directly involved in, just to keep things smooth. In China, it can be more indirect to protect social status, sometimes using symbolic gestures instead of a direct "I'm sorry." It's interesting how some see it as a legal admission of guilt, while others see it as a way to heal a relationship. Which approach feels more natural to you?
How can apologizing help a person grow emotionally and mentally?
Apologizing can be a huge catalyst for growth because it forces you to get outside your own head. To give a real apology, you have to actually step into someone else's shoes and understand how your actions affected them, which is basically a workout for your empathy. Mentally, it also helps break that cycle of guilt or shame. Carrying around the weight of a mistake can be exhausting, so owning up to it and making it right usually brings a lot of relief. Teaches you
Can
that you can mess up and still be a good person, as long as you're willing to fix it. Do you think it's harder to apologize to others or to forgive yourself after you've made a mistake?
can actions sometimes speak louder than saying sorry?
I think I get you. Like, sometimes the frustration or the emotion just takes over and comes out as shouting before you even have a chance to think about apologizing.
Do you think children should be taught the value of apologizing from a young age?
That's a really sweet thought. There's something genuinely hopeful about the idea of new life and the potential children bring into the world. What made you think of that just now?
And why?
I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. What were you saying about them?
What are some famous historical or public apologies that had a strong impact?
Let me check on that. There are some truly massive ones. You've got the Great Pyramid of Giza and the Great Wall of China, which are just mind blowing in terms of scale and time. Then there are the Roman aqueducts, which were incredibly sophisticated for their time and actually brought fresh water into cities. More
Can apologize
recently, the Panama Canal was a huge engineering feat that literally changed global trade. And the Manhattan Project was that top secret World War II program that developed the first nuclear weapons. Are you more into the architectural side of things or the scientific?
person's confidence?
Confidence is a huge part of those kind of projects. To build something like the pyramids or the Panama Canal, you have to have an
No, no, no,
almost
no, no.
insane level of
Can
confidence in your.
apologizing too much affect a person's confidence?
Oh, absolutely. When someone apologizes for everything, even things that aren't fault, it can start to program their brain to feel like they're constantly doing something wrong. It creates this habit of shrinking yourself to make other people comfortable. Oh, over time, that can really erode your self worth because you're basically telling yourself and the world that your presence or your mistakes are a burden. Do you feel like you've been doing that lately, or have you noticed it in someone else?
Can an apology rebuild a broken trust?
I'm not sure I completely follow. Are you saying that some people have a policy?
Can can an apology rebuild broken trust?
An apology is a start, but it's not enough on its own. Trust is like a mirror. Once it's shattered, you can put pieces back together, but you can still see the cracks. A real apology acknowledges the pain, but rebuilding trust requires consistent action over time. It's about proving through behavior that you've changed, not just saying the words. Do you think the person who broke the trust is actually willing to do the work, or are they just looking for a quick fix with an apology?
How does technology and social media influence the way people apologize? apologize
It's
today?
completely changed. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. What were you saying?
How does technology and social media influence the way people apologize today?
It's made apologies feel way less personal. Now we have the public apology post, the long note on Instagram or X where someone addresses everyone instead of the person they actually hurt. It often feels more like PR and damage control than actual regret because it's performed for an audience. Plus, texting allows people to avoid the raw, uncomfortable part of an apology, seeing the other person's face or hearing their voice. It's much easier to type sorry and hit send than to actually sit in the tension of a real conversation. Do you think a text apology even counts, or does it just feel like a cop out?
Thank you, Maya, for sharing your thoughts and insights on the topic. Sorry, tracing the roots of
You're
apology.
very well.
This
No
discussion
need.
helped This discussion helped me better understand the importance of apologies, empathy, and human connection in everyday life. I truly appreciate the valuable information and different perspectives shared during the conversation.
I'm really glad it helped. It was a deep dive, and I actually really enjoyed exploring those nuances with you. Whenever you want to pick this back up or dive into something new, I'm here.
Thank you, Maya. Bye.
Bye. Take care.